What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about how Jerome Powell just gave the green light for at least 2 or 3 rate cuts before the election this year, sending Bitcoin back up to 67,000 as we speak. And is it really true that we just took another 37% profit in one of our biotech stocks? All that and more coming at us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy hump day to you, huh? What is that, like 257 wins in the last 2 years? For 18 months, I shared everything on Twitter for absolutely motherfucking free. Now it's inside the Discord for $50 a month, soon to be $75 for a Discord, $85 if you got a premium on April 1st. And before I go any further to discuss Powell, Bitcoin, the stock we just took a profit in, and something that you need to be aware of as we end the week and head into next, if you have a premium membership at shopsmallbiz.com, which again is the same as trysmallbiz.com, but we're now growing at 70% year over year. We're adding, through the grace of God, over 1,000 new members a month. 3% are going to convert. We will hit 25,000 by our third birthday, which is February 28th of next year. So one way or a motherfucking other, there's going to be 500 strong in the Discord and at least 250 premium members within the next 8 to 12 months. I hope that you are one of the 360 or thereabouts in growing. So we're 75% sold out inside of our Discord. And as you just heard me say, 250 times in the last 2 years plus, I've racked up over a 30% profit in a single trade. We just did it with a biotech stock. We still own half at 13. Last trade, 167. Why am I still carrying half a trade? As I've explained inside the Discord, there wasn't enough liquidity to get out. But before I get into that, go to shopsmallbiz.com and get a premium membership. We have 31 openings because about a dozen or so have quit. The idea of an 80-cent per day increase is just unacceptable. We got people inside the fucking Discord making 50 to 100,000 a month. We got a whale that only sold a third of his position because he gives a shit about you in the biotech stock that starts with AT something something. But he made $7,000 on that partial trade. How much is he paying me? $50. But if you have a small business and you want my help, you want to be on the homepage all day long, you want to be first to come up and search, you want me promoting you to more than 175,000 around the world on social media, and starting in the next month or so, if you want AI, ChatGPT, to scan your profile and write what's called a member spotlight article, get a premium. Or at a minimum, hang on to the one you got right now at shopsmallbiz.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jerome Powell's testimony is leaked out. He's playing it safe. He's telling everybody what we need to know. That's why we've had somewhat of a rebound. Still not back to new highs. I'm on record. I'm putting my head in the guillotine if you didn't hear it yesterday. I do not think we're going to break the high of 69,000 or thereabouts set yesterday. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I said, get the hell out of Dodge with SHIB at 45 cents. It went down 40% to 27, which was exactly a 50% Fibonacci retracement. It then bounced to as high as 39, last trade 34 and change. I do not think SHIB is going back up and over 45, where I said to sell it after a quadruple, unless Bitcoin blasts up and through 70,000. Probably going to take 73 or 4,000 to get SHIB and the other shit coins back up to where they were yesterday. But as I tried to tell people, and I took a lot of heat for it, didn't I? When you're suffering and carrying a bag, it doesn't matter what it is, cryptocurrency, stocks, real estate, and you've been down 50% on your money for 2 years, where that fucking piece of shit traded between 7 cents and a dime, and I realize it's 0.0000 something. I realize that, but we're keeping it simple, stupid. And then all of a sudden, because of Bitcoin, and in large part the ETFs and the dumb retail money that's just plowing in, not even knowing what the fuck they're buying or where they're buying it from, just plowing it in, it's led to a melt up in the currency, in the crypto coins, especially Bitcoin, which is almost 100% above its 200-day moving average. And it's carrying all the dog shit with it. But when you get a chance to get out at or near break even, and end the nightmare and the misery and the sleepless nights, and you don't take it, like I said yesterday, if I'd have come along a week ago when it was a dime and I said, I just won the lottery, I'll give you 45 cents right now to help you out. You got 3 seconds to give me an answer. 3, 2, sold. You would have taken it. But human nature and FOMO and fucking foolishness as it is, it gets up there and you think, oh God, this is my chance. I'm going to be rich. Wrong. These are worthless, no commercial use whatsoever coins that are caught up in the current bounce or melt up in Bitcoin, which is going to end at some point. It's had over a dozen 30 to 40% drawdowns since it became public. And I passed it up at 700, 1,000, 1,300, 3,000. Yeah, but I know what the hell I'm doing. Someone tried to tell me on X yesterday, oh, it's different. You might be a stock guy, but you don't know nothing about Bitcoin. Really? Really? I don't know anything about Bitcoin? How about this is the guy that was telling you to hang in there and buy more when Kramer told you to sell it all at 16, 17,000. And again at 23. And I called the tops and the bottoms. If you were trading the fucking stock, I told you what the meaning of Bitcoin, or excuse me, BlackRock would be at 30,000. The institutions are already loaded up to the gills. They already got in. Most of them, like, what's his name? The guy that can't stand Trump. Scooch Mooch, whatever this fucking name is. He's been in Bitcoin since 5,000. The people that are buying it right now at nosebleed near 67K are dumb retail. Basement dwellers that have no fucking idea what they're doing. This is not retail money. This is not the big money. In my opinion, they're setting up for a crash. They're putting on hedges. They're getting short across the board in all sorts of derivatives and instruments that most of you don't even know exist. And I also shared inside of the Discord, Harry Dent makes about 10 times as much as me, but knows about a third, was on Meet Kevin's plane 2 weeks ago. And he once again said, by June of this year, the market's going to crash by 86%. What? Yeah. Harry Dent, he's not the only one. You still got, what's his name, Mike Wilson, who caved and said at least a 30% drawdown is coming by the summer in the S&P 500. And yes, Harry Dent thinks the Dow, the S&P, and even crypto is going to drop by as much as 86% in the next 3 months. Folks, if we get a liquidity bubble that pops to the magnitude that he's claiming is going to happen, and the Fed somehow can't solve the problem, and we actually go down 70, 80, 90%, you better have your, keep it clean. You better have your defenses ready, because we're going to have a lot bigger problem than bread lines and food insecurity. It's going to be total chaos, right? Hunger Games, The Purge. It's not going to happen. There's not a catalyst outside of commercial real estate that's going to cause the bubble to pop right now. The consumer strong, witnessed the Target earnings yesterday. I could give you a million other reasons why the market is overdue for a pullback. It could be 5 or 10% heading in and through the summer. But this whole Armageddon crash thing, sorry, Harry, you're wrong. Not that it matters. In closing, I've said to you guys and gals, and thank you for being here, about half have already logged off. And that's why they don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. If you'll just listen to me, as many of you are starting to figure out, I can make you rich or keep you rich. I can keep you out of trouble. The Ask Jason channel just reopened. Do you know that 50 times in the last 6 months, I've helped people avoid as much as a 90% drawdown? LQR is one example. I said, stay away at $1.05 before it went to a nickel and did a reverse split. I could give you 49 plus other examples. The $2 or $3 a day that you're going to be paying me is pittance. In fact, I've said it's much like a hedge fund. Do you know the whole 2 and 20? Hedge funds like BlackRock and others, you pay a 2% fee on your investment. So let's say you've got 20 grand in your account like most of you do. You'd be paying me $400 right there, plus 20% of the profits. That's the whole 2 and 20. Well, if we double our money, and we've done that and then some in the last 2 years, if you doubled your money on 20 grand, you'd pay me $4,000 of that, 20% of the profit, plus $400, $4,400. In other words, 10 times, and in many cases, if you got a larger account, more than that, than the $75 a month that I'm asking for as of April 1st. In other words, it's dirt motherfucking cheap. And not only that, I'm constantly teaching and educating about interest rates, about the 10-year, about the VIX. What does Bitcoin's melt up mean? What are technical analysis? If you're paying attention to what I'm doing, you're starting to make real fucking money. But when we have a stock like A something, that doesn't have at least 5 million shares a day trading right now, which is close to the size that we had, we can't all get out at the same time. If I was managing the position, as I've told you I am, in terms of telling you when I'm getting in and when I'm getting out, we got to pay attention to liquidity. It wasn't there. It was at 1.7 million when I said I'm selling half at 1780. And wouldn't you know it, some of you lied and fucking took advantage of the situation and you sold it all. And we came back down last trade 166. But again, I still own half of it at 13 cents. Where are you going with the liquidity? There isn't a lot of decent setups out there. I'm okay owning half of my position at 13. I'm still up 25% on that. We got 3 other stocks we're up 10 to 20% on. But I've done my best in the last, let's call it a month, to push out the day traders, to push out the scalpers. We're not looking for 10% moves. We're looking to make at least 30 on our winners over a 30 to 60-day period. And most importantly, especially in the last few days, I'm trying to get rid of the people that don't give a mother flying fuck about you or me. It's all about them. Fuck Jason, fuck you, fuck the community, fuck the team. I'm going to get out. I'm going to sell my stock and take my 37%. You know that's happening. But I'm going to find out who it is. One at a time, once a week, every fucking We don't edit around here. So if you're new, welcome. And while most of my videos are very eloquent and end on a crescendo, this one doesn't. If you don't give a shit about those around you, get the fuck off the server. And until next time, always remember that I love you, and thanks for watching.